Hey, Michelle is back in the building. I hope everybody is doing fantastic, magnificent, and marvelous because I am. I'm going to be doing some reading and, of course, watching videos on YouTube and contemplating, cultivating, you know what I mean? Not ruminating. But anyway, I wanted to go into another topic that I think is important to consider. I told you I'm reading this book that deals with, rebirth, life, dying, death, and sorrow. That's the name of it by Beam. And I just want to go into it. I mean, it's pretty. It's almost 600 pages, so it's going to take some time, and that's fine. I always have something to read and to learn. And then in most cases I learn and fortify what I've learned by rereading. So I'm good. I am set up good for a while as far as reading material. And so that's important too. I know a lot of people put a big deal on the number of books you read. No, it's really the number of books that you can consume and absorb to have a meaning to you and to allow you to develop from it, So it's important to absorb the material because it's knowledge. You absorb it and let it spread throughout you, and you cultivate it via your experiences, and create your life experiences and create the life you desire. The life you want. That's basically what we all are attempting to do. And I talked about spirit forms. Okay, and I said, this is what I'm saying. If you don't like it, you need to swipe, because I know a lot of people get real uncomfortable and get bothered when you start talking about energy and what consists of energy. And I said something about creational energy, and that can sometimes send people, over a bridge because of what's stored in their conscious and subconscious, and how that might conjure up something, that they are unaware of because they're unconscious and don't realize they're being affected by words, because words can affect you, especially some of us with that unresolved issues in our subconscious. Certain words will set them off, and they don't have no idea why they're being reacting in a certain way and carrying on in a certain way and being affected in a certain way. It's very deep within. So I said a concept. And it's just words. That's what I'm saying. Don't get caught up in words. Don't get caught up in words. Try to see things literally, figuratively, metaphorically, abstractly, in abstract, and see if you can widen your possibilities. That's all I'm doing. Anyway, I said something about a spirit form. All right, so let me say it and do it in visuals. It's like having a battery. Your spirit form is like a battery that charges, And what does it charge? It charges personalities, what we are, egos or eyes, okay? All of us have a spirit form or a battery that does such a thing, that creates our lineage. So our lineage consists of our personalities, all of the personalities that we have been. I told you this has been going on for 10 million to 25 million years or more. So I related to, a relay race. You're in a relay race, and you have, say for example, you have 4 people. Okay, one will start it, and then you pass the baton to someone else, and you continue to pass on stuff, pass it on, and you're passing it on to a future personality. So you start it, and you keep passing it and passing it and passing it. Sometimes they may drop it. It happens. And when they drop it, that means what? Something may have happened where they were not procreated properly, and thus were not developed into an eye, and that's something else completely. It's like women with miscarriages, if you want to see it visually, when a woman has a miscarriage. So that's basically it. Simply, we're just passing on, and each person that who who takes hold of um, that Baton. Is that what it's called? Let me see. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. Is it Baton? It starts with P. Da, 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 da. Let's see. I like to make sure things are pronounced clear, because I told you I have an issue sometimes with enunciation. Excuse me. But yes, each one of us are responsible for holding on to that and passing it on. And so that's what we do. When we're, it's not necessarily, well, at first it didn't start out as race, but now, we are in a race for time. Okay, we're in a race for time. And so that's how I visually see it. I'm just passing it on. And I can say I'm passing on knowledge, the genuine essence of knowledge, the genuine essence of being a human being. I'm passing it on. So I'm a personality. When I die, another personality will follow suit. I'm passing myself on to them. So we have a lineage relationship, but we have nothing per se that illustrates that we are the same person. We're completely different, right? When people are running relays, they're 4 different people doing that. Okay, but they had a similar goal in mind, and that's to win a race. For us is to evolve our consciousness. So it's so important to look at things not so concrete per se, but take it there. It makes sense to me, so I hope that it can make sense to others. I've benefited tremendously by expanding my knowledge base and bringing some of my fantasies in reality and learning stuff and making sure it makes sense. Is this logical? It seems logical to me. So that's basically what we are, It's not. So in other words, each person that we pass knowledge, essence on, after I die, I pass it on to the next personality. They take it and they go. That's why it's so important to resolve stuff that you created in your lifetime. Clear up your contradictions. You caused those contradictions. Nobody else did. It's your perception of it, your perspective of it. Clear up your contradictions, make sure they make sense. So when you die and and another personality comes through, they won't have so much not garbage, but they won't have so much so many things to resolve per se that you should have resolved in your lifetime, and you put all that pressure on them to not only live their life but then to clean up your mess. Does that make sense? I hope so. Visualize it. Contemplate, cultivate, meditate, but don't ruminate. Have fun with it. That sounds fantastic to hear that. That I am, and so that shows my purpose. I have a purpose. We continue on. When I say we, I talk about it's like a we form, and I'll get into that in a moment. I mean, not in a moment, at a later date. I just want to give you some breadcrumbs to consider to chew on. How about that? And not have so much to upset your stomach. Because it's going to be it's a lot. I'm telling you, it's going to be hard for a lot. There's going to be a lot that people are going to have to take on. And it's going to be hard to swallow. I'm telling you, it's going to stop people in their tracks. Some people are going to starve. What I mean by that, they're going to starve because they're not going to be able to take it. They're not going to be able to handle what's the food or the knowledge that's coming forth. They're not, because they're not ready, and they didn't eat proper nutrition. The proper nutrition of learning, cultivating, contemplating, genuine knowledge gathering. They allow a lot of part of that knowledge gathering to just ruminate and atrophy. It's just nothing but atrophy. Okay, so consider that, visualize it. Our lineage consists of a team. It's a team that are walking towards a particular goal, and that's the evolution of the consciousness. All right, so I'll start there. Evolution of the consciousness. That's what it's all about. All right, so I hope everybody's enjoying this Saturday. I am. I'm doing the things I like. I may not go out because, I don't just go out into go outside, what I'm saying, traveling in my vehicle if I don't need to. I want to start taking some public transportation, but I don't know. I'm still considering that. Because it's like, where am I going? And, I'm picking up the layout of the city very well. Okay. So my point is, I'm not just going to be driving to be driving, I'm not and wasting gas and all this and that and the other. Okay. I like to stay managed. And so make sure I am providing for myself. How about that? And my future partner. We're going to provide for each other. How about that? So, and we're going to provide for each other, and we're going to, have the finer things in life, living, but it's not always materialistically. Keep that in mind. It's not about the materialism. It's about each other. From I to we to us. Peace and love, everybody. Trust me. I'll be back.